Hare Krishna, Dhamma Pranam, Jai Shri Prabhupada. Welcome to Bhakti Community, McKinney. We shall start our weekly Bhakti Vriksha class by a nice Hare Krishna Kirtan. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashatadadishatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari, Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari, Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Yashodanandana Brajanarandana, Yashodanandana Brajanarandana, Yashodanandana Brajanarandana, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Yamuna Tira Vanachari, Jayo Radha Madhava Jaya Kunja Vihari, Jaya Gopijana Vallabha Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Girivaradhari, Jaya Yashodanandana Brajanarandana, Jaya Yashodanandana Vardanarandana Jaya Yamuna Tira Manachari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Krishna Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare
Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare
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 Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Krishna
Hare Hare,
Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Krishna
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hare
Jaya Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada Prabhupada Jaya Prabhupada
Prabhu Pada Jaya Prabhu Pada Jaya
Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada,
Jaya Guru Deva Guru Deva Guru Deva Jaya Guru Deva
Jaya Guru Deva,
Jaya Hari Bol Hari Hari Bol Jaya Hari Bol
Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंसा परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सतः श्री श्रीमद एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय. Let me get the ring through.
You have to mute them.
Okay. जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंसा परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तोत्र सतः श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि जय. श्री नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की जय. प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhara, Srivasadi Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Shri
Jai.
Krishna Gopa Gopinath, Shama Kund, Radha Kund, Giri Govardhan ki Jai. Brajabhumi Vrindavan Dham ki Jai. Mayapur Navadvip Dham ki Jai. Purushottam Kshetra Jagannath Puri Dham ki Jai. Ganga Maiya Yamuna Maiya ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Bhakti Devi ki Jai. Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki Jai. Tagore Premanande Hari Hari Bol. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees,
Jai.
Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Vishnupadaya, Krishna Prajnaya, Bhutale, Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namani. Namaste Saraswati Deve, Gauravani Pacharani, Nirvishesha Srinivadi, Paschata Deshatarani. Hare Krishna, everyone. Nice to see all of you. How's everyone doing?
Hare Krishna ji.
Hare Krishna. So we have
I'm
a
doing good.
new person join today. Is it Lalita?
Yeah.
Hare Krishna, welcome.
Hare Krishna.
Long time. I remember seeing you when I came to install the Bhagavatam set at your home.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Where's your brother?
He went to like his tennis class.
Oh, he went to his
Last I
tennis.
cannot see your face.
Okay. Nice.
Mm.
And we're missing Vishal, we're missing Pranav, we're missing Priyanka. How's everyone doing?
They're
Yes,
doing
Vishal
good.
went out. Maybe he will join.
He'll join later. Okay. And how
Hare
about
Krishna Prabhuji, Pranav is going to join soon.
okay, Jai. What about Priyanka?
Oh, Priyanka went to a concert, so she
Oh,
cannot come.
she cannot join. Okay. And then we have the lovely sisters there. Hare Krishna, Adya, and
Dhriti.
and
Dhriti.
Dhriti. Yes, Dhriti. Oh, our cute Dhriti. How are both of you doing?
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Nice to see both of you.
They are busy all the time with parties, friends' birthday parties, everywhere.
That's good. Good to see both of them.
Very busy.
You're busy too, Dhriti? Okay. Playing. That's good. It's good time to play. Okay, so today we are going to continue our Bhagavad Gita class. So let me share my screen. And we are on chapter 6, titled Dharma Yoga and Dhyana Yoga, sorry. And we are on text number 29. So let us have Sai Prabhu, would you like to start?
Sure, Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Sarvabhutastamatmanam
Sarvabhutastamatmanam
Sarvabhutani Chatmani
Sarvabhutani Chatmani
Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma
Ikshate Yoga Yuktatma
Ma.
Sarvatra Samadarshanaha.
Sarvatra Samadharshana.
Translation. A true yogi observes me in all beings and also sees every being in me. Indeed, the self-realized person sees me, the same Supreme Lord, everywhere. Purport. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. A Krishna conscious yogi is the perfect seer because he sees Krishna, the Supreme, situated in everyone's heart as a super soul. Paramatma. Ishvara Sarvabhutanam Hrudeshi Arjuna Tistati. The Lord in his Paramatma feature is situated within both the heart of the dog and that of Brahmana. The perfect yogi knows that the Lord is eternally transcendental and is not materially affected by his presence in either a dog or a Brahmana. That is the supreme neutrality of the Lord. The individual soul is also situated in the individual heart. but he is not present in all hearts. That is the distinction between the individual soul and the supreme super soul. One who is not factually in all the practice of yoga cannot see so clearly. A Krishna conscious person can see Krishna in the heart of both the believer and the non believer. In the Smriti, this is confirmed as follows. Atatvach, Atatvacha Matritvacha Atmahi Paramo Harihi. The Lord, being the source of all beings, is like the mother and the maintainer. As the mother is neutral to all different kinds of children, the Supreme Father is also. Consequently, the Super Soul is always in every living being. Outwardly, also, every living being is situated in energy of the Lord. As will be explained in the 7th chapter, the Lord has primarily two energies, the spiritual or superior and the material or inferior. The living entity, although part of the superior energy, is conditioned by the inferior energy. The living entity is also in the Lord's energy. Every living entity is situated in Him in one way or another. The yogi sees equally because he sees that all living entities, although in different situations, according to the results of fruitive work, in all circumstances, remain the servants of God. While in the material energy, the living entity serves the material senses, and while in spiritual energy, he serves the Supreme Lord directly. In either case, the living entity is the servant of God. This vision of equality is perfect in a person in Krishna consciousness.
Beautiful. Thank you, Prabhu. Anything, Prabhu, which stuck out for you?
Yeah, just to go, it's very, Srila Prabhupada explained very easily here. So he distinguished the super soul and the individual soul. And so the Paramatma, the supreme soul, is everybody, irrespective of their presence, either in dog or Brahmana. So he's the supreme neutrality of the Lord. And individual soul is also situated in individual heart, but he is not present in all hearts. That is what I like the point. That is the distinction between the individual soul and super soul.
Nice. Yes, Prabhu. So I'm going to ask you all a question. Have you ever had instances where you've not felt good interacting with somebody? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. So in those circumstances, right, a Krishna conscious person always remembers that just like we are children of Krishna, in the same way, the other person is also a child of Krishna. And Krishna is present in that person's heart also. So here Srila Prabhupada is saying that a Krishna conscious person can see Krishna in the heart of both the believer, like somebody who is a devotee, and the non-believer. So this is very important, right? Like a Krishna conscious person is able to see Krishna in everyone's heart. Maybe it's a man, it's a woman, it's your enemy, it's your friend, it's a dog, it's a cat, it's an elephant, it's a tree, right? So he's seeing Krishna in everyone's heart. And when he starts to see Krishna in everyone's heart, then automatically he knows that everyone is a loving child of Krishna. And when you have that feeling, right, that everyone is a child of Krishna, then automatically, your feelings towards a person, even if that person is not doing something good to you, you can be neutral, right? So Srila Prabhupada says here that as a mother is neutral to all different kinds of children, right? So if as parents, right, if you have more than one kid, right, you're always neutral to both the kids, right? So same way, Krishna is also neutral to everyone, right? He is the super soul in every living being, and that's why he is neutral to everyone. So same way, when a yogi sees equally, every living entity in all situations, in any situation, right, good or bad, that person always remains the servant of Krishna. So that is the point here. And how do we come to this point of remembering that we are children of Krishna? Is that, when you become a true yogi, how do you become a true yogi? By the process of chanting the holy name. When you chant the holy name, automatically the covering in our heart, like right now we start thinking that we are this body, like everybody around me needs to listen to me, right? We have this feeling sometimes that everybody should listen to me. That's the problem, right? Like when we come to the point that, oh, actually everybody is a child of Krishna, then we can automatically start seeing everybody equally. So that is a true yogi. So let's pause here. Let's see any questions. Does anybody have any questions on this verse?
Not in this particularly. Actually, I'm hearing like whenever I read through or like whenever I see some posts in somewhere, like people who are they are like converting to other. No, it's irrelevant here. But I'm just telling like in any of Bhagavan Krishna avatar or like Vishnu avatars, it's all like for Dharma Samsthapan, he killed many demons, or like it's every avatar is because of to kill some person, right? So what they are saying is like Jesus is something like he is the most what do you call, like forgiving person I have ever seen on the in like any of the Indian gods. Okay, all the Indian gods, what they have done is killing this Rakshasa or that Rakshasa, or because of this avatar, this to kill this demon. We have read all this, right? So what they are saying now, this become a fashion, like he's the one who can forgive anybody or any evil or devil or whoever it is. So that's why we are all like, he's the one who can forgive all of us, like whatever is our sins or mistakes or whatever it is. So that has become now the word, whoever they're trying to convert Hindus. So we should, I'm just telling, like even here they're saying like we should be loving whoever is, or you call, like even in others we have to see, even he's a cruel person, we should see a god, right? Like we should forgive them. But they are saying, I'm saying like even Krishna has to kill these many demons, right? Because of maybe that is the what we call, like that is the reason, like they all incarnated or whatever, like. So we should be giving in such situations, we should be giving the answers, like how should we react?
Nice point.
What
Nice
answer
point.
Yeah,
very, very nice question, very valid question, and we should know the right answer, right, to give during those situations. So first thing is, the main purpose of Krishna consciousness, right, is to love God. That is the main point. It doesn't matter which path somebody is taking. So Srila Prabhupada has said many times that Jesus is a son of God, right? And he came here to help develop love in everyone's heart. If somebody is a true Christian and they're following the right principles, the 10 commandments, then that person can also love God. So that is point number one. Second point is that unfortunately, in Christianity, they don't know who is God. They don't know how God looks, what is his form, what are his pastimes. He doesn't know, where he lives, who his friends are, what he eats, right? All those pastimes, they don't come in Christianity. And the reason Srila Prabhupada shares is that at every particular time, place, and circumstance. So based on the time, the place, and the circumstance, like how much people could take, Krishna sends a messenger to basically help those people to come closer to him, right? So that is another point. Now your point about comparing, Jesus Christ, that hey, he did not kill, but if you compare all all the avatars, they came and there's so much killing, right? So how can we understand this? So Krishna says, right, every millennium I come whenever there is a decline in religiosity, right? So he comes, like you said, Dharma Samsthapana, Yuge Yuge, right? So every yuga he comes to establish the Dharma. And if you take any avatar, right? Let's take avatar of Lord Ram, right? Lord Ram came and he killed Ravana. He was a demon. But he also came here to protect his devotees, right? That is the main point. He came here to protect his devotees because they were going through so many difficulties. And Krishna, Krishna doesn't have to come as an avatar to kill, right? Like just by thinking, or one of his messengers can kill these demons. But he comes here to show everyone that what is important, right? Like he actually went all the way to Lanka to get Mother Sita back, and he wanted to actually show that, like, Hanumanji could have just gone and killed Ravan, right? Like there was no need of any war, but because he wanted to establish the religiosity, he comes here to give an example. Let's take example of Hiranyakashyap, right? Hiranyakashyap was so, like, violent, right? And why again? Because he was here to protect his devotees. So what we have to share, right, if somebody brings up this topic, right, is um, main thing is that Krishna actually comes here to develop love in everyone's heart and to protect his devotees, right? And when anybody is hurting his devotees, he cannot tolerate that. He will come, like even Jesus, right? Like they tortured Jesus so much, right? But he was there to protect him. He came back, right? Jesus Christ came back. So I think that is what is coming to my mind. I don't know if anyone else has any points they want to bring up to help this discussion.
Can I add, Prabhuji?
Yes, please.
So to this point, what Guru Maharaj was explaining is that when Krishna's love and Krishna's killing both are equal from Krishna's point of view. Because even if Krishna kills, that person is getting liberation.
Very
In
nice
a
point.
way. But his devotees are getting his love also, not just liberation. So, I mean, yes, some people can argue, right? If I do bad thing or good thing, Krishna is coming and loving me anyway, right? So why don't I do bad thing, right? But we don't want to be in the opposition, right? We want to be in the favor of Krishna. So that's why we want his love, not on the opposite side of the love. So, so from Krishna's point of view, there is no difference if he is killing or loving, but the way we see, because we are discriminating, we are not at that Shuddha Sattva platform. That's why we see differences. We perceive things differently, and that's why we see Krishna. We don't see love in Krishna's killing. He is still merciful to that devotee or to that Rakshasa, whoever it is. By killing them, he is liberating them. He is relieving them from the burden of being in that position. So even Putana, right? I remember this example. Putana's intention was to kill Krishna. She came as a mother, pretended to be a mother. Just for that thought of being a mother of Krishna, Krishna gave her mercy. He killed her, but in spiritual world, she got a mother's position, mother's maid position. In the spiritual world in Goloka, Putana has given that opportunity to serve Krishna forever. So that's his mercy. So his mercy is uncomparable with any other gods. So that's my that's what I wanted to
Nice.
share.
Nice, Mataji. Thank you. Sai Prabhu, do you want to share something?
I think understanding Krishna, they cannot, he's Ananta, he is super soul. He is like so much powerful, like, they cannot understand who is Krishna, what is Krishna. They're just comparing with this Maya world. There are so many people got a birth and they have got some powers, but we cannot compare with Krishna. He is a super soul. He came for a purpose here, to Dharma Samstapana. He just not came here for just killing the demons. He just came here for he's a paripurna avatar. From childhood to the end, he's shown so many things. He for us, like, directed in so many ways. He helped us, how to live the life also in dharma. So that is what we need to. We just should not concentrate on he killed that demon and that's why he is not great and our God is just loving everybody. That's for no. we cannot compare just like that.
Thank you. Does that help, Mataji? Little bit?
Yeah, no, I just want all the kids to understand, because that's very simple nowadays for them. No, for kids, they don't understand unless we teach them, right? If they understand like why they always see like, okay, the other God is so merciful and all, like here you see all the, like he's killing all the demons all the time, so he's not having any mercy. So that like they'll understand, okay, so many kids in this, right? Like we know like our religion is good, and what is dharma and why he is doing all this stuff. I want the correct answer, because I may not be able to clearly give the answer, so I thought you will give the correct answer to them.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Thank you for bringing up. Yes,
To
Bhakti Priya Mataji.
relate to children, can I add one point here, just to explain to children?
Yes,
Okay,
Mataji.
so a mother has two kids. One kid went and steal something, right? He got caught. So if mother don't fix that nature, right? If she does not chastise or fix that behavior, this thief in the childhood, when he was a thief, when he grows up all the way, adult and becomes adult, he might become a bandit or something. So Krishna's chastisement or killing demons is like a mother um, fixing one of the bad behaviors of the kid. So if we cannot be always merciful, mother has that authority to fix bad behaviors, right? That is a duty. So as a duty, like a mother, just like a mother, he comes and does his duty. That's it. That's the only difference. But children are children. For that mother, that little thief is a child also.
Nice
Does that?
point. Yes, Mataji.
Yeah.
Got it.
Got it.
Got it. Okay.
Nainika has a
I
question.
have a different question.
Yes, Nainika.
So, it like, is Krishna gonna come back on Earth and like when we're alive? In the sense when we're alive?
Krishna is in your heart. He's always been in your heart.
But I mean, like in a different form.
He does. Yes. So the next avatar is going to be the Kalki Avatar, but it's going to be a few. Yes, Mataji, go ahead.
No, but I want to know who's the next one.
The
It's
next
going
one
to
is
be the Kalki Avatar. Yeah.
he comes
So-
on a white
When I see that come.
at the end of Kali Yuga, not now.
Yeah.
In the first 10,000 years of Kali
I don't
Yuga.
know if Kali Yuga's.
You don't know who's Kalki Avatar? Is that the question?
I don't know who Kalki Avatar is.
Okay, let's look.
Nainika, for your question, Krishna can come anytime, whenever you wish. If you have that much if you show that bhakti, he can come and anytime.
So like this, Krishna is going to come. Like this is going to be his next avatar. He's going to come on a white horse with a sword in his hand, and he'll be killing all the demons. Okay, so let's go to the next verse. Let's have Lalita. Would you like to read? And what we could do is we can have maybe Pranav read the Sanskrit. We'll all recite the Sanskrit, and then you can read the translation. Is that okay? And purpose. Okay.
Okay. Yo mam pashyati sarvatra.
Yo mam pashyati sarvatra.
Sarvam cha mahi pashyati.
Sarvam cha mahi pashyati.
Tasyaham na pranashyami.
Tasyaham na pranashyami.
Sachamena pranashyati.
Okay. So should I read the meaning?
Yeah, so you can start from here. For one who sees.
Okay. For one who sees me everywhere and see and sees everything in me. I am never lost, nor is he ever lost to me.
And then you can continue the purport. And as you read, you can take a
Okay.
break if you need to, because I'm going to ask you at the end what did you pick up from what you read. Okay.
Okay. A person in Krishna consciousness certainly sees Lord Krishna everywhere, and he sees everything in Krishna. Such a person may appear to see all separate manifestations of the material nature, but in each and every instant he is conscious of Krishna, knowing that everything is a manifestation of Krishna's energy. Nothing can exist without Krishna, and Krishna is the Lord of everything. This is the basic principle of Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness is the development of love of Krishna, a position transcendental even to material liberation. At this stage of Krishna consciousness, beyond self realization, the devotee becomes one with Krishna in the sense that Krishna becomes everything for the devotee, and devotee becomes full in loving Krishna.
Oops, sorry. One second.
It's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. In intimate relationship between the Lord and the devotee then exists. In this stage, the living entity can never be annihilated, nor the personality of Godhead ever out of the sight of the devotee. To merge is in the Krishna is spiritual annihilation. A devotee takes no such risk. It is stated in the Brahma Samhita 5.38.
Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadeva ritayeshu vilokayanti yam shama sundaram achintya guna swarupam govindmadi purusham tamaham bhajami. I?
I have to read that?
Yes, please.
Okay. I worship the Neville Lord Govinda, who is always seen by the devotee, whose eyes are annotated with the pulp of love. He is seen in his eternal form of Swamasundara, situated within the heart of the devotee. At this stage, Lord Krishna never disappears from the sight of the devotee, nor does the devotee ever lose sight of the Lord. In the case of a yogi who sees the Lord as Paramatma within the heart, that the same applies. Such a yogi turns into a pure devotee and cannot bear to live for a moment without seeing the Lord within himself.
Thank you. I know there were some big words and new concepts, but what did you like, Lalita, from this purport?
Well, like I kind of learned like that the devotees and Krishna actually have like a great relationship, and like Krishna has like a lot of love, and like he will like always like remain in our hearts and stuff like that.
Nice. Yeah, that was very nice.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Prabhuji?
So, yes.
My mom got in a call, so I just joined now.
Okay, yes, no problem. Thank you for joining. So in this verse, basically, Krishna is saying that, so the theme here is that never lose the sight of Krishna. And somebody who has never lost sight of Krishna never falls from this path of yoga or bhakti yoga. So basically, 2 points, right? One who sees Krishna everywhere and sees everything in Krishna, for that person, Krishna is never lost and he is never lost to Krishna, right? So both ways. So what Srila Prabhupada is explaining in the purport here, he's saying that a Krishna conscious person certainly sees Krishna everywhere, right? And he's seeing Krishna in everything. So whatever he's seeing around, he's seeing Krishna in everything. So while he's seeing, the separate manifestation of the material energy, he's conscious that Krishna, like everything's actually coming from Krishna's energy. Like whatever you're seeing around is all coming from Krishna's energy. That is a person who is seeing Krishna everywhere. And then, Srila Prabhupada explains from the Brahma Samhita that somebody primanjana churita. So basically, somebody who has an intimate relationship with Krishna, that person always exists, right? His position becomes transcendental even to this material liberation. And when somebody is trying to merge into Krishna, that is spiritual annihilation. So devotee doesn't want to take that risk. The devotee wants to have a relationship with Krishna because that is more pleasurable, right? When you're serving Krishna. So that is basically the point that when you come to the point of seeing Krishna everywhere and you're seeing everything in Krishna, then Krishna is saying that person never gets lost and he never gets lost to Krishna as well. Okay, so let's open it up for some questions and for some discussion. So here's a question. How can you make sure that you can see Krishna all the time? Because we get so caught up, right? In our everyday work, our school, our friends. So what can you do to ensure that you can always see Krishna everywhere? Okay, Lalita.
Well, if you want to see Krishna every time, you could maybe do some yoga and maybe chant and say some yeah, you could chant.
What will you chant if you had to chant?
Maybe you could chant some of the shlokas in the Bhagavad Gita books or the Srimad Bhagavatam books, and you could even do Vishnu Sahasranam.
Nice, very nice. Okay, Nainika.
I have two things. I was gonna say chant too. But I also you could also do arati every day.
Nice.
And also chant Hare Krishna.
Beautiful. Okay. Yes, Adya. How will you ensure to see Krishna everywhere?
Keep Krishna photos everywhere.
Nice. Okay. Very practical. See Krishna's photos. Okay, Pranav.
Like how you could remember Krishna is always take every opportunity to serve Krishna in the temple and do maybe you could
show the love.
yeah, you could show love and you could always do services in the temple for Krishna and yeah.
Very nice. And let's see, we haven't heard from Vishal today. Vishal, here's a question for you. So how can you ensure to see Krishna everywhere?
I can keep him in my mind every day.
Nice. Smaran, yes. Actually, Srila Prabhupada talks about Smaran here, right? Making sure that he always remembers Krishna mentally. Very nice. Good point. So let's, so here's something. Here's another question. Do you all drink water? Yes, you do, right? So Krishna says, no. What do you drink, Nainika? You don't drink water? All right. So Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that he is the taste in water. Isn't that amazing? He is the taste of water. So the next time you drink water, you can remember that, oh, the taste of water is actually Krishna. How cool is that, right?
I never
Wait,
knew
what?
that. Wait, what?
Yeah.
So
It almost
he like made water. He's like water.
He's the
Like
taste
at
of
the
water.
end of the day, I
Krishna,
get
He's not like
a
water.
lot
Yeah.
thirsty.
He's not like water. Wait.
Wait, Krishna
He's a taste of water. There's a
Yeah,
difference.
he's the taste in water.
water.
Krishna tastes like metal.
No. Okay, when you're so thirsty, right?
Melted metal.
No, wait. When you're so thirsty, if I give you juice, will it satisfy you?
Juice isn't water.
Right. So when you're so thirsty, water tastes so good, right?
No, juice
That is
is
Krishna.
Yeah, it tastes so good.
better. Juice.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I never knew that.
But here's a question. Here's a question for you, Nanika. So you like juice, right? Can you drink juice all the time? Well, I didn't hear you. Did you say yes or no?
I said no.
No, right?
I don't drink water that much.
Right. But next time you drink water, the point is that you can remember Krishna, because Krishna says that he's a taste in water, right? And that is one way for us to see Krishna everywhere, right? And a person who's seeing Krishna everywhere and remembering that, oh, it's actually Krishna's energy everywhere, that person, Krishna says, that person is never lost, nor is he ever lost to me. Isn't that amazing?
Is
I know. So that's why water makes us relieved after like we did like a really hard sport or something.
Wait. Is Krishna see-through? She's telling me that Krishna see-through.
Does Krishna see through? Is that your question?
Yeah. Because she was like, and when I asked, is Krishna see-through? My mom was like,
No. Okay, so let's go to the next verse. So we're on text 31, and let's see. Let's have Adya read, and we'll have Pranav read the Sanskrit. Are you ready, Adya, to read?
Yeah, sure.
All right, move.
सर्वभूतस्थितं यो माम्
Sarvabhuta Stitam Yoma
भजत्येकत्वमस्थितः
Bhajati Tvamashchitah.
सर्वथा वर्तमानोऽपि
Damanopi.
स योगी मयि वर्तते
Sayogi Vartate. Now Krishna is saying such a yogi, right? Which yogi did we just speak about? A person who's always remembering Krishna everywhere. Okay, so let's read about such a yogi.
Such a yogi who engages in the worshipful service of the Super Soul, knowing that I and the Super Soul are one, remains always in me in all circumstances. Can I read the purport too?
Yes, please.
Okay.
But let's stop here. Let's see, what did you understand with this? You know, that Krishna is saying something very important here.
Yogi that engages in the worshipful service of the Super Soul.
Okay, let's stop there. What do you mean by engaging in worshipful service of the super? Who's the super soul?
Krishna.
Krishna?
Yes, okay. So a yogi, and yogi we just heard was a person who's always remembering Krishna. That person who's engaged, okay, and what does happen? Like when he knows that he and the super soul are one, like the question I asked was, who is the super soul? So that person who knows that Krishna and the super soul are one, what happens to that person?
He will
always like remain in them.
Yeah.
He will
Isn't that-
remain. He will always remain in Krishna in all circumstances.
all circumstances. So, have you had instances when it's a great day, and then have there been instances when it's not a really good day, right? You have it's a different circumstance. But a person who's always remembering Krishna, irrespective of the circumstance, that person, Krishna is saying, that person always is with me, right? Okay, so let's read the purport now.
A yogi who is practicing meditation on the super soul sees within himself the plenary portion of Krishna as Vishnu, with 4 hands holding conch shell, wheel, club, and lotus flower. The yogi should know that Vishnu is not different from Krishna. Krishna is the form of super soul. Krishna in this form of super soul is situated in everyone's heart.
So let's stop
Furthermore,
for a minute, Adya. Sorry. So Paramatma, right? So what Srila Prabhupada here is explaining is, what is the form of Paramatma in your heart? So the form of Paramatma in your heart, in everyone's heart, is the 4-handed Vishnu form, right? And what are the, in each hand, what is Krishna holding? He's holding a conch shell.
conch shell, wheel, club. What's a club?
A club is like a gada. You know, have you seen Hanuman ji
Yeah,
holding a gada? Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
club.
and
Wheel is
lotus
the
flower.
Sudarshan chakra. The wheel is a Sudarshan
Yeah.
chakra, and the lotus flower is this thing. So if you notice here, there are 2 things which are to kill. What are the 2 things which Vishnu is holding to kill?
Gada. I mean the club.
Yeah,
And what's the last one? Oh, the wheel.
the Sudarshan chakra. And then there are 2 things to bless his devotees. What are the 2 things to bless his devotees?
Krishna and Vishnu.
No, so conch shell gives you knowledge, and then the lotus flower, right? So there are 2 things he's holding for the devotees and 2 for the demons. Okay, so now Srila Prabhupada has explained that Krishna in this form is in everyone's heart. Okay, let's continue.
Furthermore, there is no difference between the innumerable super souls present in the
Innumerable.
innumerable hearts of living entities. And can
So
I
what
just
this
ask a
means?
quick question?
Yeah. Just real quick. Yeah, innumerable is like, there's so many people in this world, right? People, animals, plants, living entities, right? So there are innumerable living entities, and in everyone's heart, the super soul who is there, there is no difference in the super soul in my heart, in your heart, Adya, Lalita's heart, Vishal's heart, same super soul. So that's what Srila Prabhupada is explaining. There's no difference between the innumerable super souls present in your heart as in someone else's heart. Okay? Yeah, go ahead.
Nor is there a difference between a Krishna conscious person always engaged in the transcendental loving service of Krishna and the perfect yogi engaged in meditation on the super soul. And I don't understand what this
You don't understand that? Okay. So a person who is always engaged in transcendental loving service of Krishna. So let's think of any examples of a person who's always engaged in loving service from stories. Have you heard any stories? Who's always serving Krishna?
There was a boy.
Okay, Nainika, help her out, Nainika.
Srila Prabhupada.
Srila Prabhupada, okay. Okay. Anyone else? Pranav? Can
Yeah.
you give me, yeah, go ahead.
Radharani?
Yeah, nice.
His friend?
Mother
Radharani?
Yashoda. Friends, yes, friends. So they
Prahlada?
are, what was that, Adya?
Prahlada?
Prahlad, yeah. They're always engaged in transcendental loving service of Krishna. So what Srila Prabhupada is explaining is a person who's always engaged in that transcendental loving service of Krishna and a perfect yogi who is in meditation of the super soul. And we just read who, the form of the super soul, right? Krishna, like Srila Prabhupada is saying, there is no difference when you are thinking about Krishna. Like who said Smaran? Was it Vishal? Thinking in the mind, right, Vishal? You gave us that example. So that person who's thinking of Krishna and a person who's transcendentally engaged in loving service, there is no difference, right? That's very important point. Okay, let's continue from here. The yogi.
The yogi in Krishna consciousness,
Consciousness.
consciousness, even though he may be engaged in various activities while in material existence, remains always situated in Krishna. This
Yeah.
is confirmed in the Bhakti Rasamartha Sindhu 1 of Srila Rupa, Srila Rupa Goswami, I don't know.
Srila Rupa Goswami, yeah. Nikhilaswapi avasthashu jivan mukta sa uchyate. A devotee of the Lord.
Always acting in Krishna consciousness is automatically liberated. In the Narada
Pancharatra, this is confirmed this way.
Pancharatra,
Yadikala di anavachine Krishna cheto vidhaya cha tanmayo bhavati shipram jivo brahmani yojayet. By concentrating. You know what? Let's give someone else also a chance. Let's say Vishal. Would you like to continue from here, Vishal? By concentrating.
By concentrating one's attention on the transcendental form of Krishna, who is all pervading and beyond time and space, one becomes absorbed by in thinking of Krishna and then attains the happy state of transcendental association with him. Can I read the next one too?
Yes, please. We can continue. You can end this purport.
Krishna consciousness is the high state of trance yoga practice. This is very understanding that Krishna is present as Paramatma in everyone's heart and makes the yogi faultless. The Vedas, Gopala, Tapatmi,
Upanishad.
Upanishad 1.21 confirm this inconceivable potency of the Lord as follows: Eko pi san bhadu da yo bahudat yo vabhati. Although the Lord is one, he is present in innumerable hearts as many. Similarly, in the Smriti Shastra, it is said,
Eko eva paro Vishnu sarvavyapi na samshaya Aishwaryad rupam ekam cha suryavat bahudheyate.
Vishnu is one, and yet he is certainly all pervading, by his inconceivable potency, in spite of his one form. He is present everywhere, as the sun appears in many places as one.
At once.
At once.
Okay, so let's go back to Adya and let's see, Adya, what did you learn from this verse? Anything which stuck out to you? And then Vishal, you can share your points.
Nothing stuck out to me, but I didn't know that Krishna and Vishnu was one. I thought they were similar, but they weren't. But they were a little different.
Yeah. So the forms are different, right? So here, Krishna is so Vishnu is coming out from Krishna as an avatar, and the form of Krishna or the form of Vishnu in our heart, in our super soul, is the four-handed form of Krishna, of Vishnu.
Yeah, but in some places I didn't understand.
No problem. Yeah, we'll go into the details. But the main point here was a person or a yogi who's always engaged in the worshipful service of the super soul, and he knows that the super soul and Krishna are one. That person always remains, with Krishna in all circumstances. So that's one point. Okay, so let's go to Vishal.
I was 30 minutes late, so I didn't
No problem. Yeah, no problem.
I didn't basically hear much, so
okay.
I think that stuck out to me. It was like I didn't know what Paramatma was, and I didn't know Vishnu was Krishna.
Nice. And here's a question to scratch your brain. So the sun you see in India and the sun you see here, are they the same sun?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it is the same sun.
Same sun, right? Same sun. So the sun, so what in the Smriti Shastra, right? What Vishal just read is just like the sun appears in many places at once, right? So when the sun rises in the morning, you see the sun at your home, we see the sun at our homes, right? The sun appears at once in multiple places, right? Same way, Krishna or Vishnu is one, and yet he's present in everyone's heart. At once, he's present in everyone's heart, right? And that is his inconceivable potency. Inconceivable is we cannot even conceive with our material brains. Like, how does this happen, right? So that is something which, we can remember always. Okay, so we can stop here. Does anyone have any final questions or any comments before we end? Okay, so then
I just want to add a single comment here, Prabhu.
Yes, please.
So Srila Prabhupada and ISKCON Foundation is the basic principle is you just don't need to go and sit in the forest and do the meditation. No, if you just think about Krishna while cooking, while singing, while dancing, while charting, while talking, anything, and if you see the Krishna in everybody's heart, so that humbleness, you develop your samskara, you develop your humbleness. Krishna conscious is nothing but you the way of life, you improve your way of life, in spiritually. So see, so the meditation is nothing but being in Krishna consciousness. That means you are loving, you are in Krishna, you're doing yoga. That is another kind of yoga. That's what Srila Prabhupada is clearly mentioning. Krishna consciousness is the highest stage of trance in yoga practice. So that's what I want to just say.
A very, very important point, Prabhu. Thank you for sharing that. This important point is that Krishna consciousness is not that, we have to leave everything, go to a forest and sit down and meditate. No, that's not Krishna consciousness. Krishna consciousness means do what you need to do. If you're a student, be a very good student. If you're a mother, be a very good mother, right? If you're a parent, dad, be a very good dad. Whatever you are doing, do it in such a way while you're keeping Krishna in the center, right? Like Arjuna before Bhagavad Gita was a warrior and he had to fight. And after Bhagavad Gita, he was still a warrior and he fought. But the difference was his consciousness in which he fought. So that is what we need to change, our consciousness in what we are doing. Thank you. Thank you, Sai Prabhu. Thank you for bringing that up. Yes,
have
Lalita.
one
Have a
question.
question? Yeah.
Wait, so like how many total forms does Krishna have?
What was that again? Sorry, I didn't catch it.
Like how many total forms does Krishna have?
Oh, innumerable forms. It's so amazing. So there is a book called Lagu Bhagavad Amrita. Lagu Bhagavad Amrita. Lagu means small. Okay. And in that, basically they explain, hey, are you guys chatting?
No.
Okay. So in that, basically all the different forms of Krishna are explained. And still the author says that we still cannot conceive of all the different forms of Krishna. But there's a Dash Avatar Strotam, and I'll send that to you on WhatsApp. Those are the 10 forms of Krishna, right? And devotees usually sing that. So I'll send that to you. And I'll send you a picture also. Okay.
So Krishna has a lot of forms.
Lot of forms, yeah.
Yeah, like Vishnu a lot. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, Hare Krishna. So let us sing together. We'll all sing together. And this is the Nrsimha Arti. Because it's your first time, Lalita, we'll first read the translation so you can understand what we're singing about. Okay. Who has not got a chance today to read? Nainika, you didn't get a chance to read. Okay, Nainika, you can go ahead. And then we can have Pranav if Pranav is there.
I offer to Lord Narasimha, who gives joy to Prahlad Maharaj, and whose nails are like chisels on the stone, like chest of the demon Hiranyakashipu.
Okay. Sai Prabhu, is Pranav there?
Pranav went to music class, Prabhuji.
Okay,
Just went
Prabhu.
to music.
So let us have Lalita Mataji. Would you like to read?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
Lord Nrsimha is here and also there. Wherever I go, Lord Nrsimha is there. He is in the heart and is outside as well. I surrender to Lord Nrsimha, the origin of all things and the supreme refuge.
Nice. And I see Lakshmi Mataji. Are you able to read, Lakshmi Mataji? From here. Okay, I'll read. O Keshava, O Lord of the universe, O Lord Hari, who have assumed the form of half man, half lion, all glories to you. Just as one can easily crush a wasp between one's fingernails, so in the same way, the body of the wasp-like demon Hiranyakashipu has been ripped apart by the wonderful pointed nails on your beautiful lotus hands. So we'll all sing together. Namaste Narasimhaya. Namaste Narasimhaya. Praladalagadaini Hiranyakakshi Purvakshaha Shilatankana Kalaye Ito Narsimha Parato Narsimho Yato Yami Tato Narsimha Bahir Narsimho Hridaye Narsimho Narasimha Madhim Sharanam Prapadye Tavakara Kamalavare Nakha Adbhuta Shringam दलिता हिरण्यकशिपु तनुभृङ्गा केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे केशवधृता नरहरिरूपा जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय जगदीश हरे जय नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव नरसिंहदेव जय नरसिंहदेव जय प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज प्रहलाद महाराज जय प्रहलाद महाराज जय जय प्रभुपाद 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 जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव नित्य गौरा हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल नित्य गौरा हरि बोल नृसिंहदेव भगवान की जय प्रहलाद महाराज की जय नित्य गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल Thank you everyone for joining. It was so nice to see all of